Hi guys, it's Chris and Lane again from Boat Car Adventures, where the family drives around UK in the boat car. Okay, very unique. I think I am. Yeah, anyway, the continuation to our first video. We've got a lot to talk about and get out there because we haven't obviously said anything.
No.
People are asking us questions. So, first of all, I just want to say thank you for watching and supporting our videos.
Yeah.
And hope you're enjoying our journeys and hopefully our adventures to come. Right, the boat car. What is the reason why we think not only just to show people what it's about and you know, it really does go in the water, like I mentioned so many times. I've got to do that because I'm going to ask this question at some point this week. The same question: does it float? Does it sink?
Yeah.
A million times, I can't count anymore. But right, so why we've made this? While we're doing a video, the tourist industry and the staycation industry in this country is booming.
It is, totally.
It's booming, okay? And people are trying to find new ways. I mean, we was down the beach last night and people are literally sleeping in their cars next to the beach because they can't go away or won't go away or can't afford to go away. So they're trying to make the best of a situation they can in their vehicles or tents. Some people just sleep in sleeping bags on the beach, you know, why not? Summer, you know, it's a nice place, why not? And I think that's been an eye-opener over the last year.
So areas of interest. A lot of people haven't really explored the UK to the extent that they should have done over the years. So because now there is a staycation, there's millions of people just going around the UK, and so we thought, well, during our adventures we might as well highlight those places. Right,
so back to the video. Where do we start?
One of the questions a lot of people are asking is, why did you get stopped by the police? So we were driving. we were driving. We drive every day, obviously, in our cars, and you know, we always do say hello to the police officers. You know,
most of the guys knows, to be fair.
Yeah, I think most of them do, and you know, they love it. So there was once we had a flood. You know, we would
Sandbanks.
in Sandbanks, and we would stop there, and you know, literally they were like, you know, because we know the car, you guys just go. Now on this particular day, Chris was the police officer's name.
Conveniently.
And he
to be fair, before we go any further, he was a nice guy.
He was very
polite.
He was.
We've got no issues with police officers at all.
None at all.
Never have.
Nope.
And I think they're doing a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
Protecting people, and you know, well, this occasion,
he stopped us. And you know, quite honestly, there was no real reason to stop us. I just think he was more interested in the car than actually stopping us and doing anything else.
But apparently the exhaust was way too loud.
Way too loud.
And he thought maybe it's either broken or we've modified it. And he just couldn't get his head around the whole how it works. And so but first of all, we saw the police car go. We was coming out of the petrol station, and we saw the police car go past us.
And bearing in mind, we weren't even filming. I forgot to turn the camera on.
It was last minute, I think you remember. Yeah. And we saw the police car go past, so we pulled out as we normally do because we see police every day. They go past, say hello, and this traffic police car went past. We never thought enough of it, so we carried on, went behind. It was sort of behind him, and he was in the lane to go left onto the motorway, and we was in the lane to go right. And to go straight on, and I noticed the police officer pulled right in front of us. I'm like, okay, no problem. And at that point I thought, hang on a minute. He's fiddling about in the middle screen, he's doing something, and I don't think he knows what to do, to be fair. The lights changed, he pulled forward and the lights came on saying, follow me please. That was it. And I was like, oh God, that's my heart went. I went, what have I done wrong? My car insured, the tax. I was like, having a panic attack thinking, hang on a minute, I'm sure, you know, you got a few vehicles, you forget to, you got to tax them, not tax them, if it depends.
Exactly, you need to start remembering dates and stuff.
Yeah, so I could not remember. I'm like, I was like, we tax a car? Yeah, of course we have. Insurance? Yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. Well, kids, got your seatbelt on? Yeah, well, okay, right. Did our safety checks before we landed, got pulled over, and then I was waiting for it, thinking, what have I done? And that, never in a million years I thought it would be because of the exhaust, because it just seemed a bit convenient. But anyway, he said the reason he pulled us up because it was the exhaust was, it seemed a bit loud. Bear in mind, it was way in front of us. It couldn't have been just the exhaust. But anyway, he paused out. He made a comment saying that this is the weirdest stop he's ever done.
Yeah, something like that.
Is it? Well, let's tick that off the book.
the
bucket list. Let's stop a boat car. So we got stopped, and he was a lovely guy.
Yeah, he was.
He smiled all the way.
Yeah. So do you remember when we got called over to the river party?
Yeah. Oh, that's another story. We was driving up the river. We got them down. We was going down the river store. Stour. Can't pronounce it right.
Yeah.
And in Dorset, there's a few. There's one in Kent as well, apparently.
Okay.
I think there's one somewhere else. We need to travel and go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we was traveling the river, and then this was on the Queen's Jubilee.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So we got invited, and we go past properties all the time.
Yeah.
On this particular stretch of river.
We say hi to everyone.
Yeah. We say hi to everyone. Yeah, like Lane just said. But he was like, yeah, come over.
And we were like, no.
Yeah, as always, Lane's Mrs. Unsociable sometimes. Probably think there's a camera there. She doesn't like cameras, so no. But we was like, oh no. He was like, no, come over, get a drink.
Have a drink. I was like, no, we haven't got anything to tow up with.
Yeah, just for the record, I do not drink alcohol really.
No.
So I don't smoke.
No.
I do not take drugs, boys and girls.
No.
Stay away. Any drugs.
No.
So, but we got invited to this party, and we came around, and we went up and came back, and we tied up next to their yachts and stuff. And again, as you see in the video, showed in the video, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, yeah, went to party, and it was really nice guys.
Yeah.
Enjoying.
Hi guys.
Hi. Yeah, I'm sure you're watching. Enjoying the Queen's Jubilee. Yeah,
I think we get pulled up a lot. We get invited to a lot of places because of these cars, because there isn't really much of them on the road or the water. So, you know, a lot of people are intrigued by it. Even, you know, the guys that invited us to the party, it was really to see the cars, because, you know, it wasn't for us.
Yeah.
They had their thing going on. They were doing a little barbecue with their family, and it was to see the cars, because you very rarely see boat cars on the water or on the road. So, you know, yeah, if you're having a party, by all means, invite us. No, I won't want to come.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, she will. Gate crash it. Especially if you're on the sea of the river, because it makes it more interesting.
It definitely does. And you give us content.
Yeah. I can't take her anywhere. Anyway, I think we've got enough content with the car, to be fair.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So, also, yeah, the parties. But another question I've been asked is, what's it like to drive on the roads? It drives like a normal vehicle.
Yeah.
It's fast. It drives. It's comfortable. We do a lot of miles an hour for this car. I'm talking a lot.
How fast do you say it goes on the road?
Just normal. I mean, I don't know what top speed is, but it'd be definitely 90, 95. It's not designed to really go fast. It is built on a car, but it drives. It'll do the speed the original car will do, which is about 95, 100 miles per hour. So.
And on the water?
On the water, about average 8 to 10 knots, depends on currents and whatever, which is not super fast for most people with boats, but it is a car, bear in mind. So, and that's faster than some sailing yachts average, so it's one of the things. So you are moving, and we have covered a lot, hundreds and hundreds of miles on the water with it, and we've gone from A to point B very reasonably quickly, and came out. So
talking about point A to point B,
yeah,
don't know if you guys have watched the video where we went from the River Frome to Poole Harbour.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
It was a place. It's from a place called Wareham, Slipway. It's a very tiny. I mean, it's so tiny. The wheels are literally hanging off. Literally, I nearly
fell off.
Yeah, I nearly fell off. It's so narrow. But yeah,
I was talking about the Slipway, by the way. Yeah, the Slipway is very narrow.
Yeah, and it's like a drop on each side.
Yeah.
So and you have to get down a little tight cobbled bit of road and turn tight onto it. So it's not the best if you've got a biggish boat. I'd check. Always check slipways out before you go in water, whether it's a boat or trailer or whatever, because some slipways are very muddy at the bottom, some are not, and you can get stuck. And so it's just one of those things you got to be aware of. And before we go places, sometimes depends where it is, I like to have a check on YouTube, a bit of information about the slipway if anyone's filmed it already, which most places to be fair, someone's filmed it. Or I go there a few days before and have a look and see what it's like at the low state tides, because that's the problem. There's no water there. Is it muddy? Is it silty? Is it, you know, is there a drop off at the end of the slipway? Because some slipways have like a 2, maybe 3 foot drop off at the end. And in a boat or car or trailer, you don't want to go off there and damage your vehicle.
Well, one thing that we've been using, which I think is actually quite beneficial, is the Good Slipway Guide, is it?
Yeah, the Good Slipway Guide, yeah. That's really good. Yeah, that's really fantastic for letting you know what the best times to, what tide states and what's at the bottom of the tide, whether it's concrete, slippery, whether you need to, some of them will say you need a long tow rope to pull the trailer out because you don't want to bring your car too far onto the slipway or onto the actual, onto the river or seabed. Depends again what it's like. So be very careful when you're boating. Always wear a life jacket. It's very important. Yeah. Because sometimes I've got one on and we know what we're doing. Sometimes I do put it on. It depends where we are. If we're going to sea, always have a life jacket, because if something happens, and it's not necessarily the boat car or your boat sinking, it's someone runs into you and flips your car over or your boat over. That's the problem. You ain't got time to put a life jacket on. You ain't got time to put your life jacket on and get your kids, if you have kids or a pet, out of the boat or the car, whatever it is. So you got to make sure that you got your life jacket on, mainly, definitely in the sea. And if you're not a good swimmer, always wear it, because you're not going to have time to think about putting things on. I'm not the best swimmer in the world, but I can swim. Lane's a very, very good, very good swimmer, but I know my limits. So I know I can go in the water, and I know I'm not going to panic. I'm going to tread water, I'm going to put my jacket on, or to the degree get it out the car or whatever. So safety first, guys. Make sure you've got navigation equipment or books, compass if you need one, if you're going out to sea, because likewise it's very, very confusing when you go out there, especially if you get mist or fog and all of a sudden you don't know where you are in the water, what direction you're heading in. You think you're going to land, you could be going out further into sea. And also, for the last point, make sure you got, like we've done before, run out of fuel. Enough fuel in your boat. Because we've done it and it's not good, and lucky enough all times we've run out when we've come back to the slipway. So we've never done that again. So we've never got out of a quarter of a tank. I've always said, if you're going to the motorway and you're going somewhere far, try and fill up, have more fuel than you need, just in case you're diverted or anything happens. But to be fair, the only reason why we ran out of fuel was because our the display, the gauge weren't working. It still isn't, and we didn't realise. So I'm going to do a video about that as well, about the fuel gauge and the boat car, and little things I've done, because I've still got issues with it. Also, the build quality wasn't great. So build quality is another topic. The build quality in terms of the engineering wasn't great on it. So over the years, I've had to modify, make, and adapt stuff to make it safer, make it work properly. And because the manufacturer couldn't be bothered to do it, sorry, it's just what it is. And didn't have a good attitude in terms of helping us sort it out. So when you buy certain things, normally with a car, you have a recall, you have an issue, they sort it out and get it done. And in the case of a specialist vehicle, a specified vehicle, so part numbers are very hard for us to get stuff for it, because even though we know the base chassis it was built on, the chassis numbers didn't match up with the part number of the said vehicle or dealership we should be able to get the parts from. In this case, Suzuki. So it was always a problem getting stuff for it, and it's just it's irritating. So that's another thing, and which you don't normally have with boats, because boats you know exactly where to go and get your bits quite easily and straightforward, even though you do get ripped off a little bit on the parts. But for now, enjoy the sunshine, what you get of it. Stay safe.
Yeah.
In the water.
Yeah.
Okay, in the water, in the sea, stay safe with that. And also, yeah, keep enlightened. Check us out, more car adventures.